Hey guys, what is going on? It is Diggory here today, and today I'm going to be covering the patch update 2.0 for Battlefront 2. I just want to make it clear, I'm not going to go through every single bug fix, because there's a lot, you know, it's quite a long patch update. So I'm only really going to read the main points, but if you want to look at all the bug fixes and stuff, there'll be a link in the description of the Battlefront 2 forums where they've posted the release notes. So if you want to have a look at the whole thing yourself, just click that link. But if you just want the main sort of updates, continue watching and we'll get started. Okay, so firstly, they've unlocked every single hero and hero ship for everybody. They said that because everything has a unit level now, they don't want to limit anybody, because previously you had to buy the heroes with credits. So that's all gone now. Everything is open to everybody. They've also added Bespin, which is the map from Battlefront 1. They've added it into Battlefront 2 now, and it's available in Blast, Heroes and Villains, Arcade, and whilst it's here, because it's a limited time event, Jetpack Cargo. I played a bit myself, it's very, very fun. They've also unlocked all star cards and weapons in Arcade at Epic card level. This is basically so that Arcade can be used as a sandbox now, so you can try out new card combinations, so you also know what cards you want to get, and it's just helpful for experimentation for when you go and apply those card combinations in multiplayer. So those were sort of like the main features, other than of course the totally new progression system and stuff. But now we're going to go into sort of bug fixes and stuff. They've done a lot to Iden this patch. So what they've done is they've increased her base health from 550 to 650, which I do think is needed, I have to say. And they've also fixed an issue where the secondary fire module didn't appear on Iden's TL50. They've also increased the active time with the droid shield from 10 to 12 seconds. So they've also done a lot of work on Iden's pulse cannon this patch. They said that they'd like to rework it a bit more in the future, but for now it's pretty much there. It basically fires faster now, but to compensate this, they've reduced its base damage. They've also reduced the explosive damage, but increased the weapon's accuracy to make it more of a skill weapon. And they've also made it so that Iden can now freely swap between the TL50 and the pulse cannon, just to make her feel a bit more versatile. They've also done some other changes which are listed here, so if you want to look at them, I suggest going over to the forum. They've also adjusted Boba Fett's jetpack just so that the forward thrust speed is sort of reduced very, very slightly, but he should still feel very maneuverable. And they've also increased Boba Fett's base health from 500 to 550. They've also done some work on Leia, so Leia's hair has been updated now to match her outfit. I do believe it's an outfit from the comics, not the films, which is why I didn't really recognise it too much. But basically the hair was wrong, so they've changed her hair to match the outfit from the comics. They've also increased her maximum health regeneration from 150 to 200, and they've decreased health regeneration delay from 5 seconds to 4.5 seconds. Now Han Solo is also in need of a buff, which they have done. They've increased his base health from 600 to 650, and they've also fixed an issue where Han Solo's Detonite charge didn't explode mid-air. They've also made some slight fixes to other heroes' star cards and everything, but a lot of that doesn't really affect the gameplay as much as the other things that I've covered. So if you want to have a look at what they've improved to other heroes and villains, again, go and check out the forum. Now, they have done a lot of fixes to Officer. Typically, they fixed an issue where weapon cooling was not working correctly for weapon mods. They've reduced end damage from 20 to 17. And for the SC-44C, they have reduced the amount of shots that can be fired before overheating. So it's gone down from 25 to 17. And they've reduced how many shots can be fired before overheating when cooling mod is equipped from 49 to 25. That's quite a big jump, actually. And they've reduced end damage distance from 40 to 30 meters. When it comes to Officer's Presence, which is the card that will give you so many battle points if you're playing Galactic Assault, they've reduced it, so it doesn't matter who the aura affects. It could be 1 ally or 19 allies. The battle points will no longer stack, which means you can't just farm battle points by standing in a choke point and just activating Officer's Presence over and over again. With Heavy, they fixed an issue where You could use the sentry in first person, or the sound would get stuck on the sentry ability, and the weapon cooling was not working correctly for weapon mods. They have fixed that as well. When it comes to enforcers, the Death Trooper wouldn't not see a white outline on enemies that have been affected by the Sonic Imploder's blinding effect. You can now see that white outline, which should be helpful when targeting those troopers. And they've also fixed an issue where the explosion radius of the Sonic Imploder was not improved by this Explosive Expert star card. And with the ATST's grenade launcher would sometimes fail to trigger after having been activated. That's fixed as well. With game mode changes, a lot of the maps they've fixed spawns, quite a lot of them as I'm reading it. Particularly, it seems to be Phase 2 and Phase 3 have the most problems with spawning. That's all fixed now. It's all good. The LA respawn time on Kashyyyk has been increased to 30 seconds. Honestly, I don't know what it was before, so I'm assuming it was less than 30 seconds. And they've also fixed an issue where the MTT health would not display correctly, and it would sometimes enter an incorrect state. That's also on Kashyyyk. On Kamino, they've increased the price of the LAAT from 400 to 1000 battle points, and the respawn has again been increased by 30 seconds. Now on Jakku, they fixed the issue where players spawning into the ATST were sometimes spawned out of bounds. I can't say I've experienced this, but it's obviously been an issue which is now fixed. And now Endor have updated and reintroduced the daylight setting, so you can play Endor at day now. And they've also adjusted frequency with which the alternate light settings appear. I saw an image of this updated lighting on Reddit. It looks so nice now, Endor does. Now in Starfighter Assault, Starfighter splash damage against troopers has been reduced now, basically to prevent excessive targeting of troopers and those easy battle points. And they fixed an issue where the MVP screen would continuously shake. Now in Arcade, they've done quite a lot. They've basically fixed an issue where AI could sometimes become static and not recognize the player, which I can imagine would be quite infuriating. Milestones in the end of round were missing after completing a mission. Battle settings were sometimes overlapping with the loading screen in Arcade. And they've also fixed an issue where tickets were incorrectly counted if players fell off the map when playing Versus on Kashyyyk. There's a couple more for Arcade, and there's a whole list of general improvements and bug fixes. But if you guys want to know them, I'm afraid you're going to have to go to the forum. I've just covered sort of the main stuff, which sort of I sort of know about and have heard people talk about. So if you guys have got a bug that you know of that I didn't mention, just go over to the forum, have a look, see if it's been fixed or not. They are aware of some bugs that they haven't fixed. These are on Endor and Galactic Assault. The AT-AT has incorrectly friendly fire turned on when shooting the hangar gates. Darth Maul's saber throw ability does not always hit its target. Decals aren't properly applied to the terrain on Crate. Legs may clip when characters are rotating. Headshot scoring event isn't tracked in the event log. And the XP bars are not animating at the end of a match. Those are the known issues, the ones I just listed there. They're not big issues, to be fair. I think they know of a few more now, judging by the forums. But yeah, guys, that's basically the main stuff from this patch 2.0. As well as the progression system, which if you don't know how to use it, I'll just give a quick explanation. Basically, you should see all now that your level on that certain trooper class or enforcer or area or whatever it is will have a level. So for instance, my officer level is 20, simply because before the patch my star card level was 20. All you have to do is play as that class, you'll earn XP, go up a level, then you'll have a skill point to spend on a class. That's basically it, guys. But yeah, if you've liked this video and found it helpful, please leave a like down below. If you have not found it helpful, please comment why down below. I'd really like some feedback. But yeah, guys, this has been Diggory. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and bye bye.